All right, what's up, y'all, and welcome to another edition of Teaching Tuesday. Today, we are going to go over the 5 best altered licks. So I realized I had skipped this segment in my Best Licks series, but that was pointed out to me by an old high school friend of mine. A shout out to Ryan Greenfield. This is going to be a tutorial on the 5 best altered licks. So the reason why I kind of didn't do it before is because the licks are going to be very similar to some of the like dominant and melodic minor licks that we went over before, but it is important kind of to show how to use those licks and how to resolve them in the proper context of the altered scale. So specifically in this instance, we're going to be going from like an F altered to B flat major. And a lot of these can actually go to B flat minor or B flat dominant too, because we're not really like playing the third, but I'll leave that up to you. So just for starters, the F altered scale is going to sound like this. So it's basically, I still think of it as a G flat melodic minor, but starting on the 7th, so starting a half step below the root. So it's like a F, G flat, A natural, B, D flat, E flat, and then I'm playing that F again. So a couple different chords that outline that sound. Anyways, cool. So we're going to be resolving to B flat major. So lick number 1 sounds like this. A little slower. Okay, so we're kind of I don't know how to really describe this. We start on F, we do a trill. And then when we go up to this kind of A flat here, and we kind of come down the scale, not in quite a arpeggio, but in a kind of careless whisper sort of way. No, it's kind of outlining like a G flat minor chord, but with a kind of like a minor 9 arpeggio, sort of, but you're not using the 7th, so it's a little different. And then once we get here, then we just go down the scale. And again, we're resolving to that B flat major here. All right, so lick number 2 is pretty similar, kind of to lick number 1, but we're gonna go up instead of down. So it sounds like this. A little slower. All right, so basically what we're doing a little trill to start off here. But once we get to that note, we're just going up the scale. That's literally it, and we're resolving on the 5th. The last lick also resolved on the 5th. If you have followed me at all, you know that I'm big on landing on 3rds and 5ths on the downbeats. That's part of the like formula of bebop language. So we're landing on F here, which is going to be really key to kind of making it sound pretty jazzy. But yeah, that's a pretty simple lick, but it sounds very good. IMO. Okay, lick number 3. This is going to be a bit of a departure, and it sounds like this. A little slower. And okay, so this lick, similar to the last lick, we're gonna just kind of go, scalarly at some point. So we're kind of just going down the scale, but we do like a little trill. But then once we get there, we're just going down the scale. And we're landing on the 3rd. In this case, the major 3rd, but you could change that to a minor 3rd if you're resolving to minor, or go back up to the 5th. And then that could be on any chord, major, dominant, minor, whatever you want. Okay, so lick number 3 and 4 are going to be a little bit of a departure from these past licks, and that we're going to think a little more intervallically and kind of deal with an augmented arpeggio. So we do kind of have like different sounds within the altered scale, and one of them is kind of like an augmented sound, right? That's like a dominant 7 sharp 5. So this is the first lick. It's going to start on this is lick number 4, but this is going to start on the and of 1. So it's like 1. All right, and we're landing on the 6th here, which is like a little bit less typical, right? So this is not as quite as standard in bebop, but it has a nice sound. So yeah, we're gonna go up this augmented arpeggio, and it's so a little bit slower. Does require a little bit of switching, but yeah, the arpeggio is just gonna be 4 notes. So, just 3 notes. So A, D flat, F, and then we're just repeating that. A, D flat, F, A, and then we go down to G. So it's 1. All right, now lick number 5 is kind of similar in that we're just gonna go down the arpeggio, and it sounds like this. A little slower. Now I'm playing these chords at the end. You don't need to do that. That's extra credit. But so we're starting on a note that's actually not in the scale. It's a little bit of a chromatic approach. We're starting on C, but as you still get the sound. So you go from C and then up to D flat, and then you just go down the whole arpeggio. The fingering is a little tricky. You're gonna have to figure something out, but hopefully you can see my hand and copy what I'm doing. And then I'm landing on the 9, which is like quite a leap from the D flat that we came from. But you could also just go down to that C, I guess. But I like going up. All right. Yeah, so those are our 5 licks. I'm just gonna sneak 1 extra credit lick. I just thought of this one. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. So you're starting on a E flat, and then we're gonna go kind of do a D flat arpeggio. Major arpeggio. And then you just go up the scale from G flat. So yeah, that's a little extra credit, but we're gonna still call this 5 best altered licks. All right, so yeah, thanks guys for tuning in to another Teaching Tuesday. Hope you guys found this video helpful. You can find the PDF of this on the Patreon. If I'm going too fast for you, that's definitely a useful tool for many of you, especially if you're more in the beginner side of things. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any suggestions for further Teaching Tuesdays. Otherwise, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, all the stuff that the Gen Zers say. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Teaching Tuesday, and otherwise I'll see you next Tuesday.